There was a story I ran across of Corrie ten Boom. She was somebody who interacted in the time of World War II, dealt with the Nazis, and a lot of really, really hard things. I won't dive into her story right now, but she shared a story once about a time that she was struggling to forgive someone who had hurt her incredibly. And in that time, she said, okay, I'm going to choose to forgive this person. And so she said, I forgive you to this person. And yet, for weeks, she was dealing with sleepless nights and hard days, struggling to figure out, why can't I sleep? Why am I still dealing with this? I thought I forgave that person. And so she approached a pastor, and she asked the pastor this question. And as they're standing in the church and they're discussing this, the pastor looks up and he says, you see that bell up there in the tower? She says, yeah. He says, well, in order to ring that bell, you have to pull on this rope to get that bell to ring. And sometimes what it's like when someone is struggling to forgive or hasn't yet forgiven, it's pulling on this rope, and you hear the ding dong, back and forth, and you're pulling on this rope. And then when you choose to forgive, it's letting go of that rope. But here's the reality. Depending on how hard you were pulling on that rope or how long, that bell might keep going back and forth. And so the pastor's advice to her was this: wait a little longer and keep reminding yourself of the truth that you chose to forgive that person. And over time, what happens to the bell? Does it keep dinging? A few weeks later, she was able to sleep through the night and move through the rest of her life. And I thought that was such a helpful story. Because sometimes, especially when it's a hard thing, it takes us a while to heal through that, even in relationship. But we continue to come back to the truth. I've chosen to forgive this person.